Well, hello everyone. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Thank you for the opportunity. Okay, on this occasion, we would like to present the material about using language games in teaching English for children. So, before that, I will introduce the member of Group 6, me as a moderator, Amalia Ramadhani, and the first speakers is Wiwin, and the second speakers is Rointan Lubis, and the last speaker is Angelica. Next slide, please. Okay, before we going to the next material, I will introduce what is games in teaching. So, a language games is a system of manipulating spoken word to render them incomprehensible on an entranced listener. So, language games are used primarily by groups attempting to conceal their conversation from others. Okay, for the first speakers, time is yours.
Thank you for the moderator. Okay, now I will explain about importance of language game in learning English. Games provide language practice in all the four skills, namely reading, speaking, listening, and writing. For use of language, these games not only create a meaningful context, but also can be fun while learning English. I think enough for me, so I will give back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for the first speakers. And for the second speakers, time is yours.
Okay, thank you for the occasion. Now I will explain about the characteristic of communicative language games. The first one is players must interact with each other. Students are expected through direct interaction with other people. How do students interact? Then, of course, they have to talk to each other. When they are able to talk to each other or communicate with their classmates, their speaking skill will naturally be trained and developed. The second one is players understand the rules in the game. By understanding the rules in the game, you can train the stimulus of students through the guidance provided. Rules are something very important in any game. If they don't follow the rules, the game will not go well and it will be difficult for the child abilities to be developed. The third is the game has a clear goal of achieving depending on how the rules in the game. If the purpose is not clear, then the game does not need to be made in the lesson. For example, if you are just playing but no skills are developed, then the game must be replaced with another one, which, for example, dialogue game will develop ability in speaking skills. Next slide, please. The next characteristic, players get special rules in playing. Specific rules can be given to students as a consequence of the game. For example, given a reward if they win and given a punishment if they lose. The next is the context of the activity is clear. Each game must have a clear meaning so that students can learn from every action they take. A clear context enables students to self-evaluate whether they get something useful out of the game. And the last one is players must be actively involved. Students must be involved and active in the learning process. If students are not active, then the game is useless because it is the student skill that wants to be developed. So it's not only the teacher who looks excited. That's all from me. I'll give it back to the moderator.
Okay, thank you for the second speakers. And for the last speakers, time is yours.
Okay, thank you. I will be continue learning games for children.
Children playing because they are happy. Children learn through playing games. Children can interact with each other while playing. Speaking skill, listening skill, and language skill of children will be improved. Games-based learning is a learning method that use game application have been specifically designed to assist in the learning process. By using game-based learning, we can provide stimulus to three important parts of learning, namely emotional, intellectual, and psychomotor. We don't need to worry because have a big background as a game developer or lack technology literacy if we want to apply game-based learning. There are many educational that we can find on smartphone devices, many of which are even web-based applications. We only need to choose a game that is adapted to the material that we will provide. We also don't need to worry about students not being able to use the games we are going to use, because generally there are instructions of games, whether it's on a smartphone or a web-based application. Learning while playing can help nurture and give the children a sense of adventure. This method also makes it easier for children to learn other more complicated skills, such as solving problems, sharing, and so on in easy way. For example, of games that can be used in learning. The first, there are Guess the Word. Even though it sounds simple, carries and holds students' attentions and relieve their stress related to school studies, apart from encourage students to be confident in participating in class activities. This game can also help them to interact with each other and practice how to communicate. The second, there are motion and songs. Movement, games, and songs can be done in a variety of ways. For example, you can use the songs Naik Delman Istimewa atau lagu Kepala Pundak Lutut Kaki sebagai bahan untuk belajar. And the last, there are connect words. In the word connect games, students will make one word starting with the last syllable of the previous word. Apart from offline, this game can also be played online through face-to-face and or face-to-face video or features only. I think that's all from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you for the last speakers. So that's all the material of using language games in teaching. I hope you guys can get the point of this presentation. So we will waiting for your question on the group chat. Thank you for your attention. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.